Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way 4, the Manchester Derby preview. It is Manchester City against Manchester United. Why the hell do I look like I have stuff on my teeth? It's a bit of the green screen, but that doesn't matter. We're here to preview the Man United versus Manchester City preview. Manchester United do travel to the Etihad on Sunday, the 15th of December. It is a 4:30 kickoff. And for the first time in a long time, I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be a very interesting game. Both sides coming into this game. I think both sides are coming into this game, and look, this may be one of the boringest Manchester derbies we're ever going to watch in our entire life, because both sides are coming into this game. No one knows what to expect. I don't know what to expect, but hopefully it is a Manchester United victory that comes out. But as you can see beside me, there will be a live watch on from 4:15 p.m. I am debating on doing it a bit earlier, so again, if I am going to do it a bit earlier, I will post it around on the socials and obviously on the YouTube on a post. But please do like the video, comment your expectations, your predictions for the upcoming game against Manchester City. Look, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. And look, it's 12 days to Christmas, and this could be an early Christmas present for Manchester United. For all Manchester United, if they get the win against Manchester City or Manchester City at the moment in time. So look, let's jump into our form. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. I want to jump straight into the form. I want to jump straight into this preview because I always get pumped up for the Manchester Derby, and it's the same with this one as well. Regardless of how even City are, how we're playing, I'd still look forward to the Derby. So as you can see, Manchester United's last 5 games, it's a 3-2 victory against Bodo Glimt, a 4-0 victory over Everton, a 2-0 defeat against Arsenal, a 3-2 defeat against Nottingham Forest, and a 2-1 win against Victoria Pilsen. 3 wins, 0 draws, 2 losses. Look, Arsenal, I think losing away at Arsenal, you hate losing home or away, but losing against Arsenal, we lost on the set pieces, which was annoying, even a lot more. And Forest, I'm going to say we were the cause of our own downfall in that game. But I think I'm looking at the win against Victoria Pilsen yesterday, and even though the first half was one of the boringest halves of football I ever watched in my life, Manchester United were poor. No one was playing well in the first half, Manchester United. Half-time came. I'm sure Ruben had a thing or two to say. We go behind due to Onana making a poor mistake, trying to pass it out to Dele. He goes sulk behind him. Sulk squares it to Vidra. Vidra puts the ball in the back, and now we go a goal down. Ruben makes the changes. He brings on Mason Mount. He brings on Anthony. He brings on... I'm going to say, I actually think Mount and Anthony, they actually done well when they came on. I'm going to give it to the two lads. I thought they done very well when they came off Manchester United. Of course, Rasmus scored 2 goals, who came on as a sub as well. He done well, scoring 2 goals. Garnacho, he had a bit of a cameo, but he didn't do too shabby either. The subs themselves didn't do... I thought all the subs done very well, I have to admit. But I think the ones that stood out the most were obviously Rasmus and Mount. And look, I think Mount should start this game. And I wouldn't have said that Thursday morning. I wouldn't have, but I thought when he came on against Victoria Pilsen, I thought he brought a lot of energy, and I thought he done well. And look, he's a set piece taker. He can take corners and free kicks and one. Obviously, he's never going to take free kicks, because that's Bruno's job, or maybe Rashford's job. More likely, it's Bruno. So we have a corner piece taker there as well. But I thought he did very well when he came on the pitch. Could have had himself a goal, but it was a good save by the Victoria Pilsen goalie. And look, you look at this game, the Manchester Derby. It's a must-win. But if we play like we did against Victoria Pilsen, I do think Manchester City will beat us. Especially the way we played in the first half. I think any team could have beat us in the Premier League the way we played in the first half against Victoria Pilsen. They're a side, Victoria Pilsen, that we should be going to, and we should be making easy work of it. We made hard work of it. Look, we deserve to win in the end. We deserve the goals. We deserve the victory, of course. The subs made a big difference, in my opinion, for once anyways, because you saw before that game, they haven't been working, but they came on. Ruben made the subs at the right time, and look, it ended up being a good success for Manchester United. But you can't play like that against any other team again. It was like, well, I reckon if I painted the wall in front of me it would be more enjoyable to watch. But the second half, it was more watchable than the first half. But this game against Manchester City, I'm looking at it as a must-win game. We're 13th in the Premier League with 19 points. A victory. Look, I won't put us in the top half of the table. It won't. But Tottenham, I don't know who Tottenham are playing. They're playing Brentford away from home. Scratch that, Southampton away from home, so they might beat them. We need the points. We need the 3 points. It's a must-win game for Manchester United. It's a must-win game for both Manchester teams, by the way. City and United. It is. And both sides will go for the win. And hopefully the team in red, who are Manchester United, who we love and support, get it. Well, look, I do think even though Manchester City aren't firing on all cylinders, I do think it'll still be a tough game. It's a Manchester derby at the end of the day. City are not going to roll over and get their bellies tickled. You know, they're not. It's a Manchester City side that are a wounded animal at the moment because they're not getting victories. They only have one win in their last 5 games. And, you know, I could probably add a lot more hurt to that for Manchester City if I had to by looking at other previous games. But look, we'll talk about them when we get to them. But it's going to be, I still think it's going to be a tough game. Look, I hope it's not. I hope, you know, we go there and we run all over them. But I'm looking at the players. And I do think the players need to wake up because this man here will eventually be like, look, this is me strongest 11. Is he starting to find the strongest 11? I think he's starting to get a rough idea. I do. I think he's starting to get a rough idea of players. I think what sort of is a bit of a pain is players play well, or they come on, play well. Then you think, well, I'll start them next game or do whatever. Give them minutes next game. They play bad. So there's no consistency there. So we need to start having a bit of consistency as well. You know, we did admit that the game against Victoria Pilsen wasn't a good game. And one thing I like about Ruben, and I've said it before, and I feel like I speak about it in every preview, but I feel like it's sort of it's something we need to talk about. He doesn't really. He speaks the truth. He speaks with confidence. He speaks with aura, and that's what we like about it. When he speaks, I listen. So, but I do think if some players don't start waking up, he'll eventually just drop them. He has no favourites, and we've learned that. I think I've learned that especially that he hasn't got favourites. He hasn't got favourites. He's not afraid to make a bold call or make a bold move or a risky move that people might question. He's not. People questioned his moves against Arsenal, and we looked the first half of that game wasn't the greatest either, but we were going 0-0. Probably the happiest out of both sides. And again, obviously, he brought on a bit of attacking change at half-time in the second half, and then Arsenal just upped their intensity. He knows what he's doing. It's a tough job, and he did say that. It's a tough job. He did say a storm is coming. We've had 2 storms so far. Whether you want to call the Arsenal loss and the Forest loss a storm, you can happily call that. But what I always think, what storm is he talking about? Is he talking about just losing by a goal or two, or going through a stage where we were just constantly losing games, or is it where we absolutely get hammered 5-6-7-0 against any team? I don't know. It could have been a lot more than 3-2 to Forest last Saturday, don't get me wrong. But even though the last game against Pilsen, we didn't play great, we won, and it's something something that Ruben can learn from. Then you can say, all right, we won't do that again. Now let's do this. I feel like he's always experimenting, and that's what I like about it. You know, he's not afraid. I feel like our especially with Ten Hag, I feel like Ten Hag was afraid to make tough decisions. I feel like he was afraid to make risky moves. I feel like he always stuck to the same plan, whereas Ruben changes it if it doesn't work. You know, he changes it if it doesn't work. He changes it there and there. He makes changes, he makes substitutions in game if it's not working out. He's not afraid to do anything, whether that's making substitutions or just tactical tweaks to the system. You know, he can do anything. And I am a big fan of Ruben so far. And look, I feel like once the players get to grips, and look, once we get a good summer transfer window, selling players and bringing in the players Ruben wants to suit his system, hopefully this time next year we be in a much better position. And here's hoping. How bad can it get? That's what I want to say. How bad can it get? But look at Ruben. This is another big game. Last time Ruben faced Pep Guardiola was with a Sporting side in Portugal at home with Sporting, obviously, and they beat City 4-1. It was a brilliant game of football. Loved it because Man City were losing 4-1. We knew Ruben was going to be the next Manchester United manager, so we were all watching that. I was watching that. That time we were Sporting fans for 2, 3, 4 games. It was brilliant. We'll never forget you, Sporting, and I hope you don't forget us either. Where we may come for your striker next and your wing back. Maybe not. I wouldn't mind. But anyway, hopefully. And look, one thing I'm going to say though, and you can call me crazy if you want. I don't mind. I'm used to it. I feel like Ruben probably knows a bit more about Pep coming into this game than Pep knows about Ruben. Pep was going to look at that game when they lost 4-1. So he's going to look at that game with like, right, this was a Sporting. The team knew what to do. Ruben knew what to do. The players knew what to do. They knew where to go, what to do every second of the game. Where now Pep is probably thinking, right, it's Manchester United. Probably similar. Not as good in terms of what we see in that Sporting, but hopefully it gets to that level and even better. I feel like Pep is probably not clear. Look, Pep, he's one of the best managers in the world. Like, I'm not saying he doesn't got a clue, but I feel like, right, what do we expect of which? Or maybe both managers like, right, maybe Ruben's sitting there thinking, right, what should I expect from Manchester City? And Pep is probably thinking, what should I expect from Ruben and Manchester United? You just don't know. But I feel like Ruben has a bit more of an idea. Call me crazy, please. I haven't drank. I don't smoke. Call me crazy, please, because that's what I think. That's what I'd go with. That's what I think, anyways. But I want to talk about one player actually. I want to talk about Marcus Rashford because does he start this game? Does he start on Sunday? The first half against Victoria Pilsen was poor from all players, but I feel like Rashford is probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen from him. I like Rashford. I never put hate on Rashford or any Manchester United player. I never have and I never will. So I hope people understand that. I said it in the last preview and I'll say it again. He looks lost. He doesn't look focused. It looks like he's fell out of love with the game. Not with Manchester United, with the game. And it's a worry. He came off and he looked, I don't think he shook Ruben's hand or went over to it. I don't think there was anything. I don't know. I was too busy focusing on the game then and talking to the people in the chat who are a bunch of legends. They definitely kept me going, and I'm sure I kept them going as well in the meantime. We just need to, I don't know, keep things rolling. Because I think that what we want to see from Rashford is the Rashford from 2 seasons ago. And I feel sorry for Rashford. And I said it when I was doing the watch along against Pilsen. I feel sorry for Marcus Rashford. I love Marcus Rashford. I really, really do. But where he starts in this game, I don't think so. I'd be surprised if he starts. There's one reason why he may start, but I don't think he will. But there's one reason why he may start is because he has the pace, and I don't know. Rashford loves a goal against Man City. Whether he gets it again is the question. Fuck's sake, I pray and hope that he does, but you just don't know. You really just don't know, and I hope, if he does start or does get minutes, that he comes on, plays an absolute blinder, has a brilliant game. And I still wouldn't say he's back. It takes a lot more than one game for a player to say, oh, he's back. You need to keep seeing it again. Unfortunately, I don't know. But I still think, I don't know, whatever's going on in Rashford, I don't know. Is this it? Was it just, did we get a one-season wonder from Rashford and that was it? And now this is the level we're going to see from here on in? I don't know. But I do really like Marcus Rashford, and I hope he can get back to himself again and get back to his brilliant best. But okay, we move on. about talking about Marcus Rashford. But let us know, do you think Marcus Rashford will start this game? If you do, why? And if you don't, I would probably have the same reasons for the way he's playing. Look, can United dominate a poor City side away from home? I don't think we'll dominate them. I think City will probably dominate us more, to be blunt. I think they'll have a lot more possession. I think they had a lot more possession against Juventus and they still lost 2-0. I don't think we'll dominate them. I don't think so. I think we'll go and we'll play. I think it'll be similar. We'll have to defend a lot more. But we need to, when we get the ball on the attack, we need to be a threat. We need to be quick. We need to know, right, this is what we have to do. Instead of making clumsy passes, late passes, early passes, everything has to be timed. Look, I know it's Manchester City. I know they're not playing well, but everything has to be timed to a peach. How do I think Man United could be Man City? Like I said, we're going to be sitting back. City are going to have a lot of the ball. We're going to have to soak up with the pressure. It's still Manchester City at the end of the day. They can throw it up and hammer you just like that. They can. We've seen it before, and they can do it again against us. I just think on the attack, we need to be quick. I feel like we'll go Manu and Ugarte. Them two will need to run like they've never run before. Well, no, because then they mean so they'll run like shit. They need to run like crazy. We need to be quick. That when we attack, we need to be quick. We need to make them runs. There's going to be a lot of forwards, backwards. When we do get the ball, it's going to be a lot of forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. I keep Alanco. I don't know what to expect. I don't. I can't remember last time we were going into a game against Manchester City where I didn't know what to expect. Usually, are saying, "Well, it's very hard to stop Man City," but I feel like if you just get in their faces and run at them, the midfield is their weakness. No Rodri. They have no hold in midfield. Rico Lewis is going to be out. Even if he was playing, it still wouldn't make a difference. Because I don't think he's good. I don't think he's shit. So yeah, that's just what I think. I think that the midfield is a weakness, and we have two holding midfielders who will probably play. That's what I think. But who knows? But look, let's jump in about Manchester City. Let us know who you think Manchester United could beat Man City or Man City. So here's Manchester City's last 5 games. A 3-3 draw against Feyenoord. Just to remind you, they were 3-0 up and they balled it. Liverpool beat them 2-0. They beat Nottingham Forest 3-0. Well, they've done something we couldn't do now, in all fairness, in that department. They drew 2-2 against Crystal Palace and they lost 2-0 against Juventus. So in the last 5, they have 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses. Manchester City are 4th in the Premier League with 27 points with a goal difference of 6. Look, I'll be honest. It's weird seeing Manchester City play the way they are at the moment. It really, really is. It is. I mean, the top goal scorer is Erling Haaland. He's definitely one of their danger men in my books. Our danger man is Ahmad. It has to be said. Ahmad or Rasmus. What I'd go Ahmad. It's weird seeing Manchester City play the way they are at the moment. It really, really is. Because Manchester City are meant to be this machine who you expect them to turn up, beat teams like nothing. But this time around, even though they may be dominating games and still a slight bit of a threat, they just don't look it. The players look lost, in my opinion. I wouldn't say City are in it. They're in it. Like, is Pep losing the ball? Do you get me? Does Pep know what to like? What is Pep thinking? What's going on here? Nothing's going right. Nothing's clicking. The players aren't clicking. I'm not clicking with everything. Is just everything that could go wrong is going wrong. It is a worry. I can't deny that. It is a worry. And I think that I don't know. It is strange. I'm loving every single minute of City not winning games. I'm loving every single minute of it. It's not something we see often. But I don't know. City are just poor all over the place. Is it Rodri? Is it him? Has his injury cost Manchester City? Is he the reason to City being successful over the last couple of years? It does look like it. It really does look like it. And that's why I'm saying I still think they're not pushovers. They can beat us. We can beat them, but they can also beat us. Both sides have the weaknesses coming into this game. About managers, Pep is obviously if you want to look at stats and trophies, he's the best manager coming into this game. But Ruben can easily show him a thing or two again. Does Pep want to lose 4-1 to Ruben again? I fucking want Pep to lose 4-1 to Ruben again. I'll tell you that for free. It is crazy. But City can't beat us and we can beat them. This is a good time to play Manchester City. But the Manchester United players, there's a bit of trust there that needs to be gained. If they go and get a win against Manchester United, go and get a win against Manchester City, regardless of how City are playing, it'll be a big win for Manchester United. That'll be a Christmas present, Manchester United fans. Manchester United always give us a Christmas present. When it gets close to Christmas, it's 12 days to Christmas. Just give us a present and go beat Man City, please and thanks. Then we went to the Tottenham game in the Carabao Cup, beating City, and then Bournemouth. So we're going into the Christmas time in good form. We have Wolves on the 26th, Stephen's Day or Boxing Day, or whatever part of the world you're from. We can beat them. It'd be great going into that game with 3 wins on the trot, 4 wins on the trot if you count the Pilsen game. We can be City. We can. It is away from home. I am confident. But I don't think it'll be an easy game for either team. I don't think City will, and touch water, I hope I don't jinx it, I don't think City will run away like they have in previous years. And look, we all know Ruben especially, he'll know. I can't write City up. The players definitely, surely will have to know. And if they don't know Ruben, will nail it into their head. You can't write City off. You just can't write Manchester City off. It's a thing you can't do. You can never write off any team in a derby or a big game. People wrote up Manchester United off in the FA Cup final. We went and won it with a lot of injuries and a bad state of affairs. That's why form goes out the window in these games. Let's see what happens. But look, let's jump into my predicted 11, and I'm going to say why I have predicted this team. So I went with Onana in goals, back three of Martinez, De Ligt, and Euro. I went with Mazraoui left wing back and Ahmad right wing back, mainly when Ugarte in the midfield, and I went with Mount and Bruno in the 10 behind Erasmus Højlund. I'm out the back three. I think it's a solid back three. Mazraoui may play. Maguire may play in the defence, but I'd stick with this back three. I think it's our strongest back three on paper anyways. I dropped that on playing Mazraoui. I think Mazraoui, even though, that Victoria Pilsen game wasn't great from either, so we didn't mind, I didn't play well. Mazraoui was still solid playing right centre back. Play him there, he'd probably be up against Phil Foden or Bernardo Silva or a Doku, depending on what position. And Ahmad, look, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Malacia left wing back and Dara right wing back. I'd go with Malacia left wing back and Dara right wing, Mazraoui right wing back. So Malacia left wing back, Mazraoui right wing back. That's what I do. And then he may push Ahmad up a bit more like he did against Victoria Pilsen alongside Bruno. He made it, but I think Ahmad played him there. He has pace. He works hard, tracks back, does very well. And I'm going to go rather. Look, Mount. Like I said at the start, I'd start Mount, and I'm going to go with that. I think the energy he has coming on was good. This team can get some. Again, the more midfielders you have on the pitch, I think the better. I do think so. Look, more than likely, he'd probably go Malacia left wing back, Dallo right wing back, and Mazraoui gets dropped, but I wouldn't drop Mazraoui. I'd go Mazraoui right wing back. That's just me. In terms of score prediction, I am going to go with a Manchester United draw. Look, it's been in my mind for the last couple of days now. 2-2 draw. Is it a result I would prefer? No, I'd want us to win. That's not me being giddy or anything like that. I think 3 points is a must if you want to push up the table. I don't think top 4 is going to happen for us this season. I think that's going to be left to your Chelseas and your Brightons and your Forests and your Cities and your Fulhams and your Brenton, what have you. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. And I think we'll score first. I think I said Pilsen will score first as well, and I was right. I'm going to go Manchester United score first. I'm gonna go Manchester. I'm gonna go. I can smell a. I can smell a. I can smell a Bruno goal. Bruno to score. City equalise. Doku. We go ahead again. Rasmus. And I think Haaland scores from the penalty spot. Oh no, that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Well, part of me is saying a 2-1 win to Manchester United. Sloppy. Who cares? Any sloppy win against Manchester City is good in my opinion. Look, let's hope the players can turn up and get the job done against Manchester City, the cheating scum that they are. Please do like the video, comment your predictions for the upcoming game against Manchester City. Do you think we'll get the win against these cheating lot? Let us know in the comments. Join us for the watch along on Sunday from 4:15 p.m. 4:15 p.m. Team news, build up, all that sort of stuff. Am I nervous? No. Will I get nervous? No. Do I think we'll win? There's always a chance. Ruben, boss, pep around again. Thanks so much. Thanks, buddy, for watching. I'll speak to you on the next one. Come on, let's get the win.